Hi guys, my name is Clover and today we are going to be building my dream house in The Sims 4. I'm really not that good at building, but I decided let's give it a try so that I and you can see how it turns out. Fingers crossed I do not do a terrible job. But here goes nothing, let's get building! So firstly we just have to figure out the shape. I think I'm going for 3 stories, so we're going to place I think 1 story here and yeah, 1 story here and 1 story here and 1 here. So we're gonna have to do the 3 stories, and then I think I want like one of those, I think it's called a hipped roof. I'm going to put that on here. Yep. And then we're going to put a gabled roof on these other 2 so that they have there's a lot of dimension to this build. I'm also really wanting there to be a lot of lighting. So I want a lot of natural lighting in my dream house. So I'm going to put a lot of windows. And so just maybe I'll do a white wallpaper. So door and then windows. I definitely like a lot of lighting, natural lighting in my house. So at least if I put it like every couple of places, it will definitely have lots of light, which is nice. Yes, very nice. Wait a minute. You didn't really think that was real, did you? You didn't really think that I was going to build a house with windows absolutely everywhere, did you? What little faith you have in me. I see how it is. I see that you do not trust me whatsoever. Well, now we're going on to the real video. See you there. Hey everybody. So you might have noticed that there has been a little bit of a change in my background. It is dark. It has taken me quite some time to make this video, and originally I was thinking of doing like live commentary / feedback, but I took several hours recording this. Probably almost 10 hours playing to build my dream house. I have a really terrible habit of building boxes in The Sims. Everything I build all the time always happens to be a box. It becomes a square, there's no change in the dimension of the house, and so I always seem to build terribly, but I decided to challenge myself because I'm a terrible builder, and if I were to build just a general house, I wouldn't have any direction for what I'm doing, and so I tend to get lost because of that. I know you can see I'm putting down a lot of random furniture. It doesn't look good. It's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to give me an idea of what the house sort of is going to look like in terms of scale and like what I need to put down, where, and my like sort of floor plan. I'm sort of leaning toward an open floor plan. I'm not actually planning to use this furniture. I know that it's ugly, but I sort of just want to have an idea as to what I'm trying to build and what I am placing and where I'm placing things. Yeah. I just put I decided that I would want a little sort of bathroom at the bottom level when you enter the space. Now you might see a problem with where I've put this staircase and where the living room is. You can't really feasibly enter the bathroom. So I had to shift my space around. I moved my living room forward and I put my staircase in a different location so that you could better access the bathroom. In the bottom level, I decided I was going to have one like sort of public bathroom not a public bathroom, one bathroom open for access, and then a kitchen and a living room, a dining room, and the primary bedroom. I decided to have the primary bedroom below. With what I had shape-wise, the sort of floor plan called for a little bit more on the bottom floor, so I decided I'd put a main bedroom down there and an ensuite and whatever else I wanted in there. I then also remembered I am currently streaming and I will probably want like a streaming / gaming room in the future. So I put one of those down there, which is indicated by the table, the desk table and computer on it. That is not the actual furniture I'm going to be using. Please trust the process. I know it's looking a little bit shoddy right now, but I promise it will be fine. It actually will turn out a lot better than you expect. I put this hallway here into the sort of primary bedroom suite because I was a bit turned off by the idea of having one complete flat wall and just having a door entering there. So I decided to give it a little bit more dimension by putting that mini hallway in. I don't know whether I really love the look of the mini hallway. It broke up the room a little bit more, so I guess it's a bit better than what it would have been had I just built straight into like a flat wall. I'm trying to figure out the floor plan for the upstairs because I want to have at least 2 other bedrooms and I am sort of struggling with that. I am incredibly bad at building and I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time, so I'm sort of doing a lot of trial and error here. I'm trying to figure out what floor I really like. I tend to really like light colored woods. I don't like dark woods, and sometimes I like tile, but like not the right tile. I like those big like tiles that you see in real life that are like the big white square or maybe even rectangle tiles, but the tiles that I have access to in The Sims 4 are all bathroom / kitchen looking tiles. They just don't look right. I have 2 couches in this living room. I don't need 2 couches, 2 full-length couches at least, but I am sort of thinking that I'm building my house quite large for people. I envision this house to be full and open to a lot of people. Now, I'm not much of a plant person, but how can you not be a plant person in The Sims 4? I know that might be a bit like contradictory for me to say that I'm not a plant person because I literally do have a plant in my bedroom right now. His name is Jake. Jake is a philodendron, which means he is fairly easy to take care of. However, in recent news, he has not been. His leaves have been wilting a little bit and some of them have been going yellow and falling off. I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like maybe he's just not loving the change in the environment, because I used to live in a place that had sort of regular sun exposure but not direct sun exposure. Now he's sort of exposed to the sun a little bit differently. He might just be a little bit sensitive, but I'm trying to take care of him. He's still alive. He's actually hanging right behind me up here, but you can't really see him. I am building a little bit chaotically. I'm going back and forth from room to room. I tend to do that because I get distracted and I just don't focus on one thing. I can't just concentrate on one. I was diagnosed with ADHD, so I do tend to sort of go back and forth in random like whatever. No real sense of planning. One other thing is I have time blindness, which is incredibly apparent today. I did a cooking stream and I made omurice and banana bread. I had intended for this stream to go at like 10 a.m. I ended up streaming at like 1:30 because of so many little things that I had to do that I just didn't account for right and time right. I thought that it would only take me like an hour, but no, it took me like 4. It took me a lot longer than it really was supposed to. I also really liked this yellow swatch on this rug. I really have always liked the idea of having an island. I think something about a kitchen island just makes so much sense. It's beautiful and it gives you so much more space to work with in the kitchen. One thing that I do not like about this particular swatch is that it has blue little cloths hanging to a lot of its cabinets and counters and islands. I don't really like the blue cloth. I don't know why they have it, but they have it. I managed to cover it up in the islands. I actually didn't really try to do it on the cabinets. I wasn't bothered enough, and I just said, oh well. With the kitchen, I put 2 sinks and 2 stovetops. I really like the idea of having a double sink and a double stovetop. In real life, having a double stovetop just means you have a really nice wide area. I like that. I like having a really big stovetop, and 2 ovens has always sounded so rich and fancy to me. 2 sinks really isn't all that necessary, but I was like, it looks a bit weird when I just have the one, so I put 2 for good measure. I was struggling with the wallpaper in this house quite a bit. I was tossing up between whether to do like a pink, like I really would like, as it is my favorite color, or to do a simple sort of like grey or beige or nude color. I ended up going with grey at first, but then it sort of just looked a bit plain and dull, and it wasn't really the vibe I was looking for. So I decided to change it up a bit later, and I did pink wallpaper in my bedroom. I really liked this swatch of the pink bed. One thing that I really hate about this one rug is it is so hard to pick up or change the swatch of or interact with at all. I literally had to delete my bed in order to get access to it. I have this one area that's cordoned off to be a walk-in wardrobe. Now I know that in The Sims a walk-in wardrobe really isn't functional at all, but I really wanted one just because in real life I really want one, and I just had to try be somewhat realistic, so I did that. I also put a jacuzzi tub, as if that is realistic. In what world would I be able to afford a jacuzzi tub? I do not know. I was thinking of using the same sinks as I've got currently in the kitchen, but I just placed them down in the bathroom and they felt way too kitchen for me. Another thing is these mirrors that I am currently using, they are not the right size. I'm wanting a mirror that is sort of a double mirror width-wise, and I really couldn't find anything like that. I suppose it could be the fact that I do have quite a few packs missing. I don't really have all that many packs, so I guess maybe the spa day kit would have some nicer windows or bigger windows. Not windows, mirrors. I'm not sure though. I'm working in my gaming room and I was looking at a PC. The only PC options that they had that were suitable was this gold one. One other thing is I did put a TV screen on top of my gaming setup. You might be wondering, why do you have a TV up there? That's because right now I have a TV up there. I've got my one horizontal monitor in front of me, and then I've got two vertical monitors. I've also then got a TV screen behind and above my main monitor, so it's staying true to the law. In addition to staying true to the law, I have a couch behind my gaming setup, and I think it's really a nice touch having a couch there, being able to chillax and whatnot. I really like the fact that there were matching bar stools and dining table chairs. It was really good that they matched colors. I really like the idea of an overarching lamp over a couch or a seating area. That's what I'm wanting for my current space. I'm wanting like a lamp in that corner there and just arching over the couch, but I haven't found one that I really love. I'm wanting a particular or specific aesthetic, and I've gone to IKEA and I've gone to other places and I've looked online, but I'm not really finding the particular style that I like. You might have seen I did put a platform on my bed, and so I lifted up my bed area. I really like playing with platforms. It's really quite fun. Something about platforms just really speaks to me and I really like it. I once tried to build my old house, but I really struggled with the concept because my old house that I lived in was split level. So with that in mind, you had a level here and you had a level here, but it's not right on top of each other, it's sort of here. So because they're split level, there was another level here. But if I was to do that in The Sims, it would be 1, 2, 3 levels, where it's technically just 2 levels and a level in between. So it's really hard to recreate my old house. So I never really was able to do it to scale and accurately. So I really like the freedom of being able to create my dream house in the way that I want it. And then I decided to go with a pink wallpaper because pink is my favorite color. I love pink. I love the color combination of pink and white. I think something about pink and white together is just super cute. At the time that I was making this, I did not realize that these fences were blue. I thought that they just were really cool white, but no, they're actually blue. I had to go back and redo them so that they were all white, and geez, it was not fun. I mean, it wasn't the hardest thing I've ever done, but I wish they just made the default swatch white. With the roofing, I used to be really incredibly bad at roofing, but I managed to learn from some YouTube creators and some Twitch creators for Sims, and I learnt how to roof a little bit better in a way that made just a bit more sense and also just worked nicer. So I'm really quite happy with the roofing that I did. It's not the best, but it's definitely It's definitely okay. It doesn't look horrific at all. In my opinion, if you think I'm wrong, if you think there are things about this build that really don't work for you or that you don't really like as much, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm doing my children's bedrooms. Now, I don't have children in real life, but I figure in the future I will. I've made 2 bedrooms for a girl child and a boy child. I also made a room for my boy child. His room was inspired purely of this one rug that I found and fell in love with. This rug was absolutely beautiful. Before I saw this rug, I was going to do this child's room light blue and just cute light blue, whatever. I was going to make it cute, but then I saw this rug and it had deep purple and like blues in it and navy, and I loved it so much that I changed the entire vibe of the room. My entire house is cutesy and light colored pink and white and whatnot, but I decided that I would do a dark blue and black and navy and purple-ish theme, and my god, is it almost my favorite room. I think it might be my favorite room in the build. This might be surprising because I literally built almost the entire house in my favorite color, and yet I like the one room in my house that is not my favorite color. Color me surprised. I do not know why. It scratches a part of my brain that is just, it speaks to me. I don't know. I really like it. But anyway, my girl child is sporty, which is why she has quite a few sports posters. She likes a lot of color, so her room's quite bright and fun and whatnot. And she also is lesbian. She's got the lesbian flag on her wall. We're sort of putting landscaping out now. I was originally going to do lavender and like purple and green and whatnot, but it looked a bit plain, and then I found these wildflowers and I loved them. So I put the wildflowers down with some grass and it looked so nice. I really liked the look of it. I put this cute little bunny because why not? I like bunnies and I like cats and I like cute little things. So why not put something that looks so cute and little? Now, I did not know that terrain moved when you moved your entire lot. It makes sense because moving entire lot. But I don't know, I just totally didn't think about it. I used to religiously use this one grass terrain paint with flowers in it on my entire lot. Now, it would look so synthetic because obviously the external environment never looked like that. It never had such light green grass and pink flowers. But I don't know why I was addicted to the cuteness since day one. I really like the seating areas that I've got outside. I think it's really nice that I've got like a seating area for a meal if I'm going to have some family or guests over, and it's just got a nice big area for them to hang out outside. I've also got some seating to the left side where there's couches and whatnot. I really like it. I don't know how many times I've said so many of these words. My throat is sore by just yapping and rambling. But yeah. I started to put some cat toys and things that would look like they would belong in this house because of the household members, and I really liked the cluttering. Cluttering I found was so fun, just being able to put things in random places that may or may not look like it gives a bit more life to the place, and I really liked it. I was initially supposed to do this entire video with live feedback and like live voiceover, like doing it live and speaking it, like, oh my gosh, let me pick this color, whatever. But I started doing that, and towards the end I was so deathly that I simply could not fathom showing you guys how deathly I looked. I look deathly now, but I looked like 10 times worse. I was sunken in my chair, my eyes were like drowning in sorrow, and I'm glad that I'm doing it this way, where I only have to speak for like an hour as opposed to having to speak for like 8 hours, because I definitely did record for quite a long time. I decided to put some vines? I decided to put some vines on the house, but I didn't want to put too much because I didn't want the house to look untaken care of or like unruly or whatnot, and so I just put a couple, but I think it might look a bit weird. Honestly, it probably looks better without it entirely, but oh well, I've done it now. I'm now just putting the finishing touches on. I'm looking at this section where I'm trying to put fairy lights, and oh my gosh, can you see how annoying that fairy light section is? I literally tried to put a fairy light on the short side, too short. On the long side, too short. It was not working. It was so upsetting. So I put this hopscotch in my front yard, but my children I don't think are young enough. I mean, Yeah, I feel like my children are kind of old for hopscotch. I wanted to show that my kids had grown in this house as well. I don't know why I'm putting so much thought and detail into this house when I do not have Sims built for it, and I probably won't build Sims for it. And I mean, I'm also not posting it on the gallery because I can't. I tried to post this on the gallery, but it was saying there was an error. I suppose I could try fix it, but I don't know if anybody would really like this house. If you think this house is pretty and you'd like me to upload it, I guess you can let me know in the comments. I know that a lot of my Twitch viewers and followers and subscribers don't really do Sims because I tend to play other games. I don't tend to play a lot of Sims, but you know, if you are not from Twitch, you just happen to stumble in and you know a bit about The Sims, if you'd like to see this house, please let me know, feel free. And if you want to check out my Twitch, I'd definitely be glad to have you there. I will put the Twitch in my description. I'll also put my Discord server because I did a cooking stream and I put the cooking dish photos in my Discord server, and I thought maybe if you wanted to see that I could show you. And also just to chat with people and join the community and have fun. It's all fun. Very fun. But yeah, I'm sort of finishing up the build now. I'm putting like final touches, putting some rocks on the terrain paint so it looks a little bit better, and just little additions. I'm pretty much done here. It looks really nice. I'm really glad that I did this. I think my future tastes will change. I don't think this is how I'm going to build I don't think this is how I'm going to build in The Sims all the time, but that's what's happening now. I'll give you a final tour of the house to show you things that I did sort of skim over, because I didn't show you absolutely everything, because then this video sped up would have come to like potentially 2 hours. I did spend a really long time on this. But yeah, if you are not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, join my Discord if you like. I hope you're all doing super well and having great, wonderful days and mornings or nights or afternoons. And here's a bit of a look, an overview of my house. I'll show you a little sneak peek. I did build my thumbnail house. That is not the house that I built. This is something I put 5 minutes into. It looks terrible. I only just now realized it's on medium wall height, which is why it looks so preposterously tall. It looks so crazy. But yeah, if you got fooled by my thumbnail and thought that that was really my build, then get tricked. I'll show you a full sweep of my house. I'll give you a house tour. Do you want the house tour? Anyway. And fade. Because I don't actually know how to fade out. I'm using a new software, so hopefully I managed to learn it. Wish me luck. That was my first official YouTube video. Hopefully you don't mind all the terrible mistakes in this video. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Hopefully you guys still liked this video.